After reaching Frederick, Lee had a monumental decision to make, one that would decide the fate of his invasion. His advance into Maryland had cut off and isolated the Harper's Ferry Union garrisons from Washington and the Army of the Potomac. Lee expected the 10,500 Union troops there and the 2,500 at Martinsburg to evacuate their posts. This was a problem and an opportunity for Lee. These forces would be a threat to his supply lines through the Shenandoah Valley. At the same time, the Union base at Harper's Ferry was a rich and tempting prize. The Union supply depot there had food, shoes, clothing, and weapons, all of which the Army of Northern Virginia desperately needed. On September 9th, Lee decided it was worth the risk and divided his army into four parts. The largest part would be under Jackson, and it was to recross the Potomac and circle around to the west of Harper's Ferry in order to attack it from that direction. one of the most incredible moments of the Civil War occurred. In a farm field just outside of the town, a corporal in the 27th Indiana found a sheet of paper wrapped around 3 cigars. On that paper were Lee's exact orders for his armies. The plans then made their way to McClellan, who now possessed one of the greatest advantages ever gifted upon a general. McClellan had Lee's army separated into 4 groups that were too distant to mutually support each other, and yet he still couldn't overcome his own natural caution. The first Union troops did not move out until 18 hours after McClellan had seen Lee's orders. That was all the margin Lee needed to avoid disaster. September 14th would be an eventful day. The Union garrison at Martinsburg had retreated to Harper's Ferry to bring their combined strength up to 13,000. They were followed closely by Jackson's 2 divisions. Harper's Ferry is located at the confluence of the Shenandoah and Potomac rivers, and virtually surrounded by high hills. The key to defending or taking the town would be who could gain control of the Loudoun and Maryland Heights to the east of the town. The Union commander, Colonel Dixon Miles, failed miserably here. The Loudoun Heights he had sent no troops to defend. In the Maryland Heights, he had only sent 1,600. Both of these key strategic locations were quickly taken by the Confederates on September 12th and 13th. By September 14th, Jackson was tightening the noose around Harper's Ferry, while Confederate artillery, using the high ground, blasted away at the helpless garrison. Harper's Ferry would officially fall on September 15th. This was incredibly welcome news for Lee,